Oh, goody. Here we go. All right. I had to go and grab, oh, well, isn't this fun? Technical difficulties already. I had to go and grab my tea, and so I'm not really set up yet for you guys. All right, here we go. So today is the vibrational frequency of love. This is an awesome topic for me personally. I have been practicing energy and vibrational medicine since, well, a long time. Let's just say 1991. I was introduced to it. I was going to tell you how old I am, but you're not supposed to do that, right? Hi, good morning, whoever's with me. Thank you for joining me. Hi, good morning, good morning. So I've been studying vibrational energy since 1991. And this is a really close topic to my heart. And I just took the Craniosacral 2 course, which really is all about vibrational energy. And it was super exciting to have another layer of scientific background and research on a topic that is so close to my heart. I've been doing hands-on healing since 91. And that's what got me into massage, which is what got me into psychology, which is what led me into coaching. And so here I am today with you, and we're going to talk about the vibrational frequency of love. And just as a little intro, I put here in the, I don't know what you call this, the intro to the video here. You know, if you're struggling in your relationship and everything seems hard and one person is shouting, and so this is a lack of vibrational energy of love. What happens is we end up shutting our bodies down. I'm still dealing with my tea here, as you can see. We end up shutting our bodies down, and then we try to communicate with each other out of this very like shut downness, and that is not love. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, is what do you do when the shit hits the fan? And how to stay in our vibrational frequency. So today is Wifey Wednesday me time. Thank you for being here with me today at me time. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're a busy world-changing leader, and that for you to take some time with me today is really valuable to you. So thank you for investing your time with me today. I appreciate you very much, and I promise to give you some really great information that's going to bring peace into your love and into your relationships. And I work with women like you who are super busy, and you know, when we're so busy and we're so powerful, we have learned to constrict and protect ourselves and to be in that world of masculine energy. And so I actually help women to learn how to surrender back into this natural flow of love, which is our natural position. It's, you know, the mothering energy. It's 10 million years of DNA. And I help women to surrender back into that. And then that actually allows you to become in alignment with your authentic self, which lets you be a bigger, brighter light in the world and affect the world around you. So, this is going to be the last week of me time, so thank you for joining me today. And today's topic is the vibrational energy, or the vibrational frequency of love, and how we can access it and why it's important in our relationships. So, as I said, when the vibrational energy of love is restricted or constricted, what ends up happening is a lot of finger pointing, a lot of blame. What's happening is the anger and stuff that we're feeling in our third chakra is getting expressed without coming through the heart chakra, which is a wonderful, amazing filter. And when your heart is open and you're expressing yourself through your heart chakra, everything works better. Your tone changes, your language changes, your way of being changes, and it's much easier to interact with each other. So we're going to get into that today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to throw them in the comment box. And if you know any of your friends who are experiencing this sort of restriction in their relationships, and you know that they could use information about how to open their heart center, invite them in. Invite them in to watch the video. There's a little button there. It says invite friends, invite whoever you want. If you're thinking about someone in your mind right now and you know that they would love to hear about this, invite them in. I'm going to be telling you lots of stories today. Dagmar likes stories. So it is a long time and you're new to the topic. Okay, cool. So I will, the other day I made a post and Mike said, baby, what did he say? He goes, you gotta pull back. You know, you're talking too big. And I was like, no, I'm not going to pull back. I'm going to say what I need to say. And he goes, no, that's not what I mean. He goes, you need to like dummy it down. He goes, some of us don't know what the heck you're talking about. We don't know what vibrational energy is. We don't know what vibrational love energy is. And you need to like dummy it down to like simplify it. And so I said, okay, I'm going to figure out how do I do that. So today is my attempt to really make this crystal clear on a very like starter level, not with the 25 years or whatever of knowledge that I have. Yes, that's exciting for you. Okay, good. So simply put, love heals everything. Do you agree with me? Do you agree that love heals everything? Have you had the experience of having something challenging happen and then you move into love and then all of a sudden everything works easily and effortlessly? Have you had that experience? Yes, you like the stories as examples. Okay, good. We got a lot of stories today. So it's a very real and palpable thing, this vibrational energy that we're made of. And many of us don't even know that it exists. Many of us are like, vibrational energy, what the heck is that? And I remember when I learned about this many years ago, back in 1991, because I have a science brain. I like math and science, even though I'm not very good at math, because I don't like calculating all that in my head. If you give me a calculator, I'm fine with math. But I do like knowing why things work. And I remember I took a class my senior year. By the time I was done my junior year with math, I had taken all of the math classes that they had to offer at the school that I went to. I had already taken like calculus 2. And so by the time I was a senior and I was supposed to take physics, my calculus teacher was like, no, Heather can't take physics because she already knows how to do calculus at an advanced level. And so he actually made me derive the physics equations. I didn't even get to take normal physics like most of you did. I had to derive my physics equations using calculus. Hi, Reagan, good morning. So this was high school, you guys. So hi, whoever else is here with us. Thank you for joining me this morning. So you can see that my brain loves to know how the world works. I was deriving physics equations by the time I was 18 years old. So physics and science is really important to me. I like to know why things work the way that they work. And so you can't just say, you know, my angel guide told me that you blah, blah. Like, no, yes, I believe in that because I have learned science behind it, that you can't just say stuff like that to me. So I don't want to just say stuff like that to you today. I want to actually show you how some of this works, which is not in my notes. So if you guys get like, you want some technical scientific background, you know, let me know. Let me know if you want some more, if I'm not adding enough. I'm going to try to just explain it by using stories, which usually works better than anything. Okay, so we are made up of vibrational energy. It's a real and palpable thing. Gosh, I don't know if I should go into a story or if I should go into science. So really quickly, in India they call it prana, in China they call it chi. In America we don't have a word for it, but there are people like Barbara Brennan who are teaching energy schools, teaching people how to feel it. This is like your vibrational energy is like your aura. When I first learned about it, it was in a theater class and she had us close our eyes and then somebody would walk on stage and you could feel them enter into your vibrational frequency. And you could expand your vibrational frequency out to feel them, and then when they would bump into it, you would say, stop, and then you would like point to right where they were. You would open your eyes and you'd be like, wow, it's amazing. How did I know that? You know? So that's how I first began learning about vibrational energy, because I was just practicing and listening with vibration to see if I could find out who was where in the room. And what's cool is when you start realizing that this works outside of the room too, which is why when they have like 10 million people all meditate on the same day, crime rates go down, because it's a real and palpable thing. Vibrational energy is a real thing. And your thoughts are actually, the energy is led by your thoughts, which is why we say thoughts create things, or intention produces results, because the vibrational energy actually follows your thoughts. So I'm going to give you lots of examples, and we're going to get into this so that makes more sense. So you guys are going to love this example. It's super vulnerable for me to share this, but I don't care because I want everybody to learn. So the first time I ever made love with my previous partner was psychically. Okay, you guys can think I'm crazy right now, but this is what happened. It was the wildest thing. So we actually arranged a time. We had talked on the phone, and we were like, okay, 10 o'clock tonight, it's going to happen, whatever. But I was out of town. He was out of town. I don't even remember, but we were like, let's do this. And so without using the phone or any electronics, psychically, we connected to each other. And I remember this happening where it was like I felt him kind of pull away and like have a conversation with me, and I remember just being like, okay, I'm open, like I don't know what's going on for you, but like it's okay, you can come in. And then he came in, and then we made love, and I literally remember like energetically feeling, I don't want to go into all the details, but it was a lot. So then when I met with him live, like face to face, I was like, well, what happened? Because I felt you connect, and then I felt you kind of back off, and then I felt you come in, and then we made love. And he goes, yeah, he goes, I was trying to tell you about this really personal thing, and I was afraid to blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to get into all that because that's his stuff, but it was amazing. I was like, yeah, I felt all of that. And he was like trying to have a conversation with me about his fears before he moved in with me, because he was being respectful to me, really was what was happening. But isn't that crazy? What do you guys think about that? Yeah, it is cool. I don't know if you just wrote that it's cool, my story, but it is a cool story. And that was like the first time I realized you can connect. I mean, I knew it in my brain, and I had done so much healing before, like live with people. Like, I think I've told you guys this story, but I'm going to tell it again. The very first time I learned this, I was working with this energy medicine woman, and she was teaching me about all this energy. And I was on stage, and the lights went out, and we were both supposed to go this way. And I forgot my scarf, which was that way. So I start running this way, and this girl's coming this way, and her chin ended up in my eye socket. And I had this big black and blue, like it was black and blue quick. So we put a bunch of makeup on it. We finished the second act. And at the end of the show, it was like, I mean, I had a black eye. Oh, it's raining. A big time black eye. And afterwards, we did all this healing, and she's like, okay, send the yellow light and the green light, and she's like telling me what to do, and she's doing all this outside me, and within 45 minutes, that black, like it was black and blue, turned into the little yellow and brown. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like little yellow and brown bruise, kind of. Like usually you get that after like a week or two of having a black eye. It kind of starts to fade. And the next morning I woke up and it was gone. Like no black eye. And that was my first experience of this stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this works, right? So I had been doing that since 1991, but it wasn't until 2013 that I had this experience with another person where we energetically connected without using any electronics. So incredible. So, I mean, my boyfriend, Mike, right now, he's out of town, and I can feel him when he enters into me energetically. And I'm not just talking about like sexually, but I'm talking about like when we get present with each other energetically. We don't even need the phone. You know, I can feel when his heart energy becomes connected to mine. And sometimes when we're on the phone, he'll literally be like, baby, come on, baby, get present, you know, and he'll ask me to slow down and get present with him. And I'll just like look, you know, in the Skype video or whatever we're using, and you know, we do some tantric breathing or something together, and we send our energy together, and like instantly you can feel it coming. It's like, oh, you're there. I mean, it makes me cry, it makes him cry. It's amazing. It's a very, very real thing. So number one is just knowing that this love can heal everything. I mean, just absolutely everything. There's nothing that this love cannot heal. If you're accessing it and you're connecting to it, you will automatically be connected to your partner, and all of that other stuff wants to get out of the way. It's your brain that keeps it in the way. So how do we get our brain out of the way? So then we move into talking about like letting down our walls. So energetically, we also put up these walls of protection. What it looks like, not in vibrational energy talk, is it looks like defensiveness, it looks like blaming, it looks like yelling, shouting, shutting down, folding your arms. I'm not going to talk to you, or I need my space. That's what's happening on the level that we are aware of. And energetically, what's happening is you're literally putting up this energetic wall, and you're like, you cannot come in. So I'm going to give you an example. I had clients, a couple. So the male of the couple is pissed. I mean, I am talking, he is raging fucking mad. And he is yelling, and he's blaming, and he was acting like a 2-year-old, which we all do at times. And she had been a client with me for probably a good like 6 months. And so she did a really great job of being the nest, that I often talk about, and I've talked about many times with you guys. I talk about a lot of it with my coaching clients. And so she did a good job being the nest, and he was like, and so kind of slowly, with her being a safe place, we started showing him the patterns of behavior that weren't working, like the yelling and the blaming and the poking and the, like the little digs here and there that he was doing. And I can see like there's a big wall energetically up, and she's like sitting there super open. And I realized all I got to do is figure out how to get him to open, and they're going to connect, and it's going to be fine. And so we worked on him stopping that behavior, because that's what normal people talk about, right? I don't talk about let down your energetic wall, but that's what's happening energetically. And so we stopped, we redirected the yelling, we redirected the blaming, and before you know it, his eyes fill up with tears, and he's like, I don't want to feel all this pain, right? So that's when the wall came down. Energetically, the wall came down, the heart opened, and we took away all of his protections, right? Protections are what creates this energetic wall. And then all that's left is really the raw and real stuff. So as you guys know, when we get raw and we get vulnerable, what happens? We fall in love with each other, right? Like when I open myself to you and I say, God, I'm having a bad day, and I let myself cry, and you see it, you're like, oh, I love you. So we got up to that point, and he starts feeling all of this and being raw and open and vulnerable. And I say to her, what do you want to do? And she's like, well, one part of me wants to hug him, and the other part of me is like, that's none of my business. That's not my problem. And so then I get to redirect her back to this, letting her walls down and getting back in the vibrational energy of love. And I say to her, well, which one of those options is the option of love? Which one comes from your heart? And she said, well, obviously the hug. So she goes over to hug him, and she starts encouraging him and raising him up with her words and just speaking life into her. Wall was all the way down, and she's just pouring into him, and you can energetically, you could feel him just like, the wall starts going back up. And so then what we realize in that moment is all of his limiting beliefs are now coming up. And so that's awesome, because now we get to work on his limiting beliefs. And now he gets to recognize, wow, I've got this stuff going on inside of me. It's my own limiting beliefs. It's not that she's not folding the laundry. It's like, I don't feel good enough, or I don't feel lovable, which we all have. We all have all of these sort of underlying beliefs. But now we can access them because the wall is down. Is this making sense to you guys? Are you guys with me so far? Everything I've said is clear and making sense? I'm not getting any comments. You can make sad faces or wow faces or angry faces. If it's not making sense, you can give me thumbs up and hearts if it is. So it's just simply amazing what love can do. So on to step number 3 here. It's about knowing your boundaries. All right, good. I got some thumbs up here. I got some hearts. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down, as Mel Farr says. I love when she says that. It's so cute. All right, good. So let's move into boundaries, because boundaries have to let your walls down if you don't feel safe. Good question, right? Because a lot of times what we do is we go, well, I want to let my walls down, but I'm going to get hurt. Are you guys relating to this? Makes sense. Yes. Okay, good. Yes, clear. Okay, good. So let's talk about knowing our boundaries. So boundaries actually come from anger, and people love to argue with me on this one, because we have all of these preconceived notions in our culture about what anger is. Anger is not a scary energy. A lot of people are confused about their own anger, and they're afraid of their own anger. They're afraid that they're going to hurt somebody with their anger, or they're afraid that somebody's going to negatively react to their anger if they access it, and then they're going to get rejected, right? So these are kind of the problems with the word anger. Another word for like true your anger energy is your boundaries energy, your protection energy, the energy that keeps you safe. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about when I say anger. Anger energy is not scary. Rage energy is scary. Blame energy, resentment energy, those are scary because they cause your walls to go up, because they cause you to be defensive, which is another kind of scary energy, because that's a rejection and a withholding kind of energy. And all of those are scary, but anger is actually a super productive energy. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that using a story, because you like stories so much. So I recently did a hypnosis session with a client who was terrified of anger. Like, I send this, when you work with me, I send you this anger worksheet with all these questions, and then you answer the questions and you go through them. And I sent her the anger worksheet, and she was like, I don't even want to look at the worksheet. You know, it was like terrifying. So when we went into the hypnosis, you know, we were going in with the intention of because anger comes from your sense of self-esteem and your sense of empowerment, your sense of worthiness. If it's all mixed up and mushy, if you don't know who you are, you're not going to really get angry about anything, because you're not worth getting angry about. Is that making sense? Are you guys understanding that? So if your sense of self-esteem is low and your self-worth is low, like, why would you stand up for yourself? So you're not actually going to even be able to access your anger. And so this is like the chicken or the egg. I haven't actually figured out with clients yet what comes first, that you're afraid of anger and so you don't stand up for yourself, or you don't have good self-worth so you don't get angry and stand up for yourself. I'm not sure which one comes first, but they definitely come together. And if your self-worth is lacking, your ability to stand up for yourself in anger and have boundaries is also lacking. So that's what we were working on with this client. When we go back to, you know, that's the intention that we're going back to. And her memory comes up that she has this inappropriate experience with a family member. And all I had her do was really just center herself on knowing what was right or wrong for her. So there's different techniques for doing that. I'm not getting into all of that right now, but basically I just connected her to her true self, which is her higher self, which is her love. And so she brought up her love really, 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 really big. And I just asked her to bask in that love. So you can do it right now. Just imagine loving yourself so much and just basking in that love. Like, for some people, it's the love of God. For some people, it's the love of self. Like, just that love can be so, so, so big. Like, for me, it's Jesus's love. And I ask her to bask in that. And then I ask her to imagine a threatening situation coming in and have her say no to it, or fuck you, or fuck off, right? And I use that really strong language on purpose, because it's that like, get out of my face, get away from me energy. And she did a great job. And at the end, it was amazing, because as I'm having her access that anger and having her access that no, while she's basking in this love, she said that the words that she used was so amazing. I want to get them exactly right. She said that she felt stable, peaceful, safe. She felt relief. She felt open, and she felt light. Okay, so these are not words that we usually associate with anger, right? Like, usually with anger, we're associating like broken walls and chairs and faces, right? We aren't usually experiencing safety, stability, peace. Like, that's an oxymoron, right? Like, you're experiencing peace because you're experiencing your anger. Like, that's a little bit of a mind fuck, right? Like, this is a whole new way of looking at anger. And what we're looking at is, I'm accessing how freaking lovable and amazing I am. And when I know how freaking lovable and amazing I am, and I'm basking in it, anything that comes in to disturb that is a hell no. And that's anger. And you're allowed to feel that. And you're allowed to push that, what's not working for you, away. It shows, right? So this is what the energy of anger does. and especially when we're using it within the energy of love. And this is how we find our boundaries. And so if you guys want to know more about boundaries, you can go to the Beautifully Authentic webpage. There is a boundaries training on there. You just click the thing that says, you know, I want to learn more about boundaries, and there's a whole training in there. Yes, positive anger, Dagmar says. Positive anger. Yes, anger is a positive thing. All of your emotions are a positive thing. I actually learned something doing this hypnosis session with this client because she was feeling confused. And this is off topic, but I'm going to say it because it's important. When you feel the energy of confusion, this is what's happening. You know your truth. You always know your truth. But someone that you have turned into an authority or a trusted figure is saying the opposite of your truth. That's when you feel confusion. So if you want to know your truth, it's easy. You listen to what your authority, the outside authority, is telling you. And then you say, what's the opposite of that? And that's your truth. And then your confusion is gone. But confusion is just a tool, just like anger is a tool. Confusion is a tool to teach you what your truth is. How much are you loving that? How cool is that, right? Setting boundaries with the client right now. You taught me well, Heather. You're welcome, Dagmar. Yes, it's good stuff. Okay, so the third piece here is the boundaries, and the fourth part of how do we use our vibrational energy of love to make our relationships amazing. You get to stay open even when you're pissed off, right? So it's kind of what I'm talking about. You get to be open and experiencing all of this love. You get to use your anger to say no. So here's an example of what I mean, though, about like you get to stay open. You get to stay vulnerable. You get to stay connected. You get to keep that vibrational energy of love that's happening between your two hearts running, flowing, streaming, and working. Wow, I never heard that if you don't get mad, you don't have self-worth. Wow. Yes, this is my work. This is my theory. And it's just my work from working with so many people on anger and boundaries. You can't, you know, people with no sense of self and no self-worth, they don't get angry. They're like, I don't care, because they don't care about themselves. So yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. So it's like next level, right? We're going deeper and deeper in this onion called people. So, all right, so let's get back to, we're super connected in the energy of love, super connected, and I'm pissed. Okay, people don't know how to do this. They're like, what? That makes no sense, Heather. If you're pissed, you should shut off. You should shut down. I'm pissed. Get out of my face. No, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, you like the confusion concept also. Okay, awesome. So if I'm pissed and I'm open, it's going to be very, very different conversation than if I shut you out and I'm pissed. Because then I'm going to get more and more pissed at you. But if I stay connected, oh, I'm going to cry describing this. If I stay connected with you and I feel how pissed I am, you know what actually happens? I get to actually feel what I'm feeling, which is usually not pissed. So here's a little example. Without getting into all the details, I was really pissed about something recently with Mike. And the last time I got pissed, I shut down and closed him off and I wouldn't talk to him. And he got so mad at me and he was like, listen, I don't like that. Like our whole goal is to stay open and connected with each other no matter what happens. I don't care what you're feeling. I don't care if you're mad. I don't care if you're pissed. I don't care if you're happy or sad or excited or angry, or just stay connected to me. I want to stay. So we're practicing this staying connected thing. So this time I stayed connected to him and I told him everything I was thinking, like everything. And it was like, I feel a lot of shame. And I was telling him, I feel a lot of shame about this. I feel like I'm not supposed to feel like this. I feel angry at you. And I said at one point, I said to him, I feel like I want to shout at you and I want to scream at you and I want to push you. I want to push you away. And he says, no, baby. He says, we don't push. We don't ever push. That's not something that we do in our relationship. And I said, I know I'm not going to push you. I just feel like I want to push you. It's how I feel. And he just stayed with me and he let me be mad. And we stayed so connected. And before you know it, I broke down into tears and I was like, I'm not really mad. I'm sad. And I started crying. crying, and I talked to him about, no, we're not pushers, right? Oh, you two are enlightened. Oh, Esther, we have worked so hard, and we're so blessed, and it's possible, and we talk about it all the time, how amazing it is and how it's teachable. Like, it is definitely something you can learn. Because, God, my nose is so itchy today. So, because we both came from relationships and marriages where we pushed, we shut down, we blamed, we criticized, we tried to control, somebody withheld, somebody was mad, we spoke different love languages. I didn't speak your love language, you didn't speak mine, then I shut down, blah, 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 blah. We both did that. And so we both learned all of this information. It's so cool to put it into practice with somebody else who knows it and who is open to being influenced also, because I don't know everything and he doesn't know everything. And that's part of the work, is admitting I don't know everything. I'm no guru, I'm no master. You know, I get to just stay open and stay in love. Like, love is my teacher, and I can't know everything because every day is different in life and in love. And so it was really cool because, you know, being connected let me express that anger. But yes, he was the nest. You got it. Exactly. He was the nest. This is a perfect example of what the nest actually looks like. Love solves everything. Amen. It does. So then I actually got to talk about, I felt really sad that I wasn't able to love him the way that I wanted to love him. And that's really, it's going to make me cry now. That's really what was going on, was I felt like I wasn't able to give all of myself because of this circumstance that was going on. It made me feel really sad. And then, you know, that's what we do. I don't want to feel that sadness, or I don't want to feel that shame. So I get really mad. I get mad at you, you know, and that's what we do, but we don't stay open and we don't stay connected. So then when I get mad at you, then you get defensive and mad back at me, and then we get in the revenge cycle, and then we get into the withholding cycle, and then it turns into contempt and resentment, and then it sucks. That was a lot. So just to recap, love heals everything. Let down your walls. Know your boundaries and your anger, because you're worthy of saying no. Stay open even when you're pissed off. Okay. So is this all making sense? Do you guys have any questions about this? Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you being here with me. I love talking to you guys. I love having you here to communicate with me, so that we can really, really get into all of the details of this. So let me know if you have any questions. I am worthy of saying no. Absolutely, you're worthy of saying no. Absolutely. All right, so a little bit of homework. Before I show you homework, invite your friends and family in so that they can, you know, get this awesome information. You can also invite them to the Beautifully Authentic YouTube channel. So I'm taking these videos after and I'm posting them up on YouTube. You can subscribe to that channel, or you can pass the videos on to your friends and family. They can subscribe to the channel then. Or if you want to be part of this live conversation, you just simply jump into the Facebook group called Beautifully Authentic Facebook group. You do have to have approval. There is a question or two that you have to answer, like how did you find the group? You just tell them that you found the group from me or from you or whatever. I love Dagmar also as my Facebook Beautifully Authentic friend. Oh, we're creating community. Yay! You guys are making my vision come true. I love it. It's so good. All right, so homework time. I know you guys want homework. I know Reagan loves the homework. So here's the homework. It's super easy. Open your heart energy, okay? Open your heart energy is all that matters. Like I said at the beginning of the video, your energy follows thought. So if you don't know how to do it, it doesn't matter, okay? If you don't know how to open your heart energy, no, I don't. What? She's so cool and enlightened. Dagmar, no, you don't. What? Yes, you're cool and enlightened. Oh, you don't know how to, you don't like the homework. Oh, but Reagan does. Reagan likes the homework. Okay, Dagmar doesn't like the homework. Reagan does. So that's so funny. You know, I had a client recently say to me, you'll read the blog post. Okay, good. So I had a client say to me recently, if you're going to send me a bunch of worksheets and shit, I'm not doing this coaching program with you. And I was like, you don't have to do the homework. I made the homework for you. It's for you to get to know you. You don't have to do the homework. But anyway, if you want to do the homework, here it is. Okay, so we're going to open our heart. How the hell do we do that? It doesn't matter. You don't have to know how to do this stuff. You just need to think about it, because thinking about it directs the energy, okay? So it's going to happen. Here's an example. I don't know if I told you guys this example already. I want to read the boundary info. Okay, good. You'll go to my website, and it says right there, like, I want the training on boundaries. It's right there. You can't miss it. If you miss it, let me know, because something's wrong. I love you too, Reagan. You're such a light. Oh, you guys are so awesome. I love this. Okay, so here's my example. Did I tell you guys the one about, so like imagine you have an empty pen holder and then you have a hanger that's sticking out of it. I don't think I told you guys this, but this is the exercise I did. So he's holding like 2 of these pen holders. They're empty, you know, and then out of it is sticking these hangers, and they're like rotating around. You know, it's like, oh, you're great. YouTube. Okay, so the hanger's like, right? It's just like, all you gotta do is kind of go like this, and it goes around and around. You guys, are you understanding what I'm saying? It's just a coat hanger. It's like sitting inside of an empty pen holder. And what it does is it like goes towards wherever you're sending your thought energy. It's the coolest thing, right? So I'm doing this with this guy across the room, and he sends he walks towards me, and as soon as he gets close to me, the energy opens like this, right? It was amazing. So then he stands all the way at the other end of the room, and he says, okay, open your energy to me. And I send my energy across the room, and you see the hanger open like this. It was incredible. So these 2 hangers are like this. They're facing at me. And then, thank you, Dagmar. And then he says to me, open your heart energy. And I open it, I send it across the room, and the hangers go like this. And you could literally see my energy push the hangers open from across the room. So you don't know how, you don't have to know how to do it. You just have to think about doing it, and you will be doing it. So all it takes is your thought. If you think about it, it's going to happen. You just have to stay conscious to it, okay? That's all. That's it. So practice opening your heart, and practice how it feels when you do it. You can practice doing this on your cats. You can practice doing it on your dog. You can practice doing it on the people in the grocery store. I remember when I started doing this, and I practice on the people in the grocery store, you just stand behind them and send your love out to them. And when it hits them, just like, you got to watch their reaction. It's so great. They'll like turn around. You know, they'll be standing here paying for groceries. You hit them with your energy. They turn around. They're like, and they look at you because they feel something, but they don't know what they feel, and you just just smile. It's so great. It's a lot of fun. So practice doing that with the people in the grocery store. Practice it with your cat. You can practice it like with the squirrels. I notice when I send my love energy out to the squirrels, it makes them run up the trees. Like, it's amazing. So practice your love energy. Practice being in it. Practice connecting to everything. Trees, squirrels, people in the grocery store, your partner, whoever, me. I give you full permission to access me and read my mind and all of it, because I have like really good energetic boundaries. So you're only going to get what I want you to get, because I've been doing this for 25 years. So don't worry about it. You can connect to me anytime you want. You can pick my mind. You can access my knowledge. I am dead already, right? So like, I know that I'm only here in the body to serve you at this time, at this place, on this planet, in this moment. And I also know that my spirit is this eternal thing that always exists, and that the body is just a meat suit for my spirit right now. So you have, and when I die, everyone will have access to me, just like we all have access to Einstein and Newton and Beethoven and all of these spirits that have already passed. You can access all of that, and I give you permission to access mine now as I'm alive, because I've been sending energy out and pinging all of you anyway, to say, hey, come play with me, come play with me. If you're ready, it's time for you to come play with me. So if you're feeling the ping, if you're feeling like, God, I really want to learn more about this, I really want to figure out how to do this in my life, come play with me. It's a fun, fun journey. I want to show you how to make all of this happen in your relationships with effortlessness and ease. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for joining me. I so appreciate spending this time with you. I love your questions. I love answering your questions. I love delivering this information to you. And I'm going to miss me time, I think. This is the last week that we're doing it. So we'll probably do it again soon. If you guys like it, let me know. We'll do it more. And, you know, give yourself a little pat on the back for being here with me today, because you matter. You're important. You're worthy of love. And this is just awesome information to expand your vibrational energy, which of course increases the vibrational energy of the planet, which is what I'm here for and what I'm up to. If you know people are struggling to access that love, please refer them over to me. Say, hey, I know this lady. She does awesome work about helping people in relationships. She'll show you how to open your heart. She'll show you how to live a life of peace. I want you to get to know her. Send them over. I'd love to do a free consultation call with them and see if they're ready to, you know, expand into the next level. And if you're ready, give me a call. Okay? So let's play and have an awesome day. And I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll be talking about craniosacral therapy, which is a really cool body-mind therapy. And it's just more ways of accessing. I want to show you how your nervous system is affecting your emotional system. So we're going to get into a little bit of that tomorrow. Okie dokie smoky. So you guys have a great day. Thank you for sharing time with me. And I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you later.